Hey everyone, James Niggemeyer here. Thank you for tuning back into the YouTube channel. Not too long ago, I did a video on lipless crankbaits, rattle trap type baits, your vibrating lipless baits, and I had a question by Southern Sportsman 74. What rod do I like to throw traps on? So I thought that was a great question. Wanted to dive right into it. As far as my preference for rod lengths, rod actions, line, reels, etc. And I'm going to gear it specifically as we are, coming through fall, headed towards winter, and then even into the pre-spawn. But it shouldn't matter regardless of the time of year you're throwing lipless crankbaits. These kind of rod parameters should apply and help you land more of those fish that you hook on a lipless crankbait. Before I get right into it, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing that. It's probably one of the better ways to help grow the channel, and I'd certainly appreciate it. So lipless crankbaits. Man, probably when we think about lipless crankbaits, we're probably talking about a rattle trap. This is a 1/4 ounce one, but a 1/2 ounce generally is what people talk about. Lipless crankbait, a rattle trap is kind of the gold standard for lipless crankbaits. Though there are so many out there, and depending upon the type, like Bill Lewis has a hammer trap, has a more aggressive vibration. The traditional or original rattle trap has more of a tight vibration. There are times when fish would prefer one over the other, so you got to keep an open mind in that regard. But the rod that I use for lipless crankbaits, regardless of the style, is the same. And the one that I've really kind of settled into the last couple of years is a 7'2" medium heavy. And that's the same rod that I use for square bills. And I like a carbon fiber, or what is commonly known as a graphite rod. I like that over, say, a fiberglass or even a composite rod. And the reason why I like that is because of a couple things. Number one, because of the sensitivity. I like a rod that is super sensitive when I'm fishing a lipless crankbait. I like sensitive rods regardless, but the lipless crankbait, a lot of times you'll get some bites and some bumps that will trigger you or give you the idea that there are fish in an area. And if you miss those kind of telltale, bites or bumps or pushes of your bait, so to speak, where they come up behind it and kind of draft it, if you miss those things, you might not make another cast into the area that those fish can be, and they can be piled up, specifically in the fall and winter and even in the pre-spawn. So you want to be able to find those kind of spots on a spot. And so sensitivity is key for me. I like sensitive. I like a lighter rod. I feel like those two things go hand in hand. And the one that I've used the last couple years and really like is a Phoenix M1 rod. And the Phoenix M1 is a lighter rod. It's got a cork handle here, and then it's just basically carbon fiber out here. It's glossed. Took me a second to kind of get used to that, but I like that now. This rod definitely feels light in the hand. And it's again, this is a 7'2" medium heavy, and it is rated for 1/4 to 3/4 ounce and 8 to 17 pound test line. So 1/4 to 3/4 ounce sits right inside that lipless crankbait category. So it's ideal for throwing those baits. As far as line goes, I really like a fluorocarbon line, again, for sensitivity and lack of stretch. I'm gonna go with either 14 or 16 pound test fluorocarbon, generally 14. I like that for my square bills, and I like that for my lipless crankbaits. When it comes to reels, I like a high quality reel that's really smooth. I've been fishing the Bass Pro Shops Johnny Morris Platinum Signature Series reels. They have an 8-3-1 and a 6-8-1. The 8-3-1 is fine. However, if it's really cold, I would suggest stepping down to a 6-8-1 just so you're not moving the bait too fast. I mean, we can always slow our retrieve, but there are times when we might fit it, slide into that muscle memory category, and it might be more difficult to kind of be cognizant of the fact that we're moving too fast, because one key with lipless crankbait fishing is retrieve speed is a big deal. So yeah, this is the rod I like. It's the Phoenix M1, again, 7.2 medium heavy. I like that rod. Let me show you the action on this rod. So I'll back up here real quick. I would say it's probably a 70-30. Hopefully you guys can see that. There you go. That's probably the better angle for it. So the majority of the rod has a pretty stout backbone, and that last 30%'s got a lot of tip. I want a tip so I can cast the bait, whether I'm going with a 3/16, a quarter, 3/8, half ounce, regardless of the size. I want tip so I can sling that thing out there. That's nice, but the tip enables me to feel it as it's coming through the water as well. I can feel that vibration as it's, that lipless vibration as it's coming through the water, so that tip is key as well. Some guys like a longer rod for trap fishing, and there are times when I will, kind of go that way also. If I'm fishing expansive flats with grass, and if I'm fishing in an area where there's larger than average size fish, a lake that produces some big ones, I'm gonna go with like a 7.3. Now that's only an inch longer than the rod I just showed you, but that little extra length can be key for, manipulating the bait, working it, covering more water. It's amazing how that kind of multiplies your productivity, just a little bit extra length. I would even go with a 7.4. I don't have a 7.4 that I like for trap fishing. I just got this one in. It's a Phoenix Feather. It's a 7.3, and it is a medium heavy. I literally just took it out of the package. It is a 7.3, rated for 8 to 17 pound test and quarter to 1 ounce. So I am thinking that this is gonna fit nicely into, a rod that gives me a little bit extra length, so I can you'll be able to make a longer cast, but also you'll be able to kind of snatch it out of the grass a little bit easier, and you'll be able to cover more water. It's amazing how longer rods enables you to throw the rod further, control the bait, control bigger fish. It just gives you different aspects that a shorter rod can't. Pick up line quickly, it'll do that as well. So this rod is, like I said, it's brand new to me. It's brand new to the Phoenix rod lineup. This just came out at iCast, and I like this idea, the idea of this rod, because I feel like it can be, really good for multiple things, but I think for the old lipless crankbait, it's going to be ideal. So let's show you the action on this one. Also a 70-30, maybe a 65-35. It's got, more tip than the 7.2. With that extra length, I can still, move that fish, set the hook on that fish. And the big thing, again, with the carbon fiber over the fiberglass or composite is that I can snatch the bait out of the grass. When I rip that bait free out of the grass, I can clean the bait. Just because you need a good snap of the rod to clean the treble hooks of any kind of hydrilla or milfoil or whatever. So that's a key when you're fishing that lipless crankbait around grass. You want to be able to snatch it out of the grass. So that's another reason I like carbon fiber, or what we commonly know as graphite rods for fishing lipless crankbaits. So again, this one's brand new to me, the Phoenix Feather medium heavy rod here, 7.3 medium heavy. I plan to put this one through the paces and kind of give it the seal of approval, the stamp of approval, but it's a rod like this, 7.3, 7.4, if I want a little bit more length. But overall, day in, day out, I'm about that 7.2. I like that 7.2, medium heavy, Phoenix M1. It's got that really cool purple color, and then ends up going into this kind of a natural carbon fiber color down here. It's got the kind of purple lavender type handle as well. Got a little hook holder there. Those are the rods that I like to use. Whatever you have that kind of fits into that category of medium heavy, 7.2 to 7.4, that's really kind of what I like. If I'm looking at making more precise casts, I'm going to drop down to the 7.2. If I'm looking at bombing it out there, I'm going to go up to the 7.3 or the 7.4. That's it for now, guys. Just a video on the type of rod that I really like when I'm fishing your lipless crankbaits, like the original Bill Lewis rattle trap. I know that when you look at this bait, it looks dated. When you look at all the cool fish, you know, shaped lipless crankbaits, different designs and different things like that, I will say this, and this is no gimmick, this guy still gets bit. You just look at it and you think, wow, this thing's been around for a long time, and it has. And the reason why it still sells and is still on the market, it's a fish catcher. Thank you for tuning into the YouTube channel. If you got anything out of it, please give me a thumbs up and drop a comment down below. Certainly appreciate it if you stuck around this long. Check out my merch, Team Niggemeyer Fishing. I'll put a link in the description, as well as my Facebook, Instagram, my website, and a discount code for Amphibia eye gear. Until next time, thanks for watching and good fishing.